Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to set up alerts and notifications. So let's get started. First, in the main navigation panel, click on the Home tab. Once you've clicked on that, in the left navigation, you'll see a tab called Configuration. To set up alerts and notifications, click on Alerts and Notification Setup. Once the page has loaded, in the Content panel, you'll see a form called Alerts and Notifications Setup. This is where we will be setting up our alerts and notifications of certain documents. Before we begin, let's quickly discuss the reasons why setting up alerts and notifications are important. By setting up alerts and notifications, Orbit will be able to send important information to you right away, such as the status of certain orders, EDIs, case logs, and etc. You can change your preferences to receive these notifications either through email or text. If you're not familiar with the terms used in each section, don't worry. Orbit has provided a help service called Ask Lola. If there's an input field or term that you're not familiar with, click on the question mark next to it, and a pop-up will explain what the input field is and how you can fill it out. In the Alerts and Notifications Setup form, we are given a list of types of notifications we can choose from, such as whether we want to be notified when an EDI Form 940 is completed or if an EDI Form 940 contains an error. Let's say for this example, we want to receive a notification when an order allocation has been completed. So under the subscription header, you'll see a button labeled Change. Click on the Change button and a pop-up will appear. As you can see, the pop-up lists different ways you can be alerted when an order allocation has been completed. If you want to receive notifications through email, click on the checkbox next to Receive Email. Email to name and email to address will become required fields when this Receive Email checkbox is selected. If the email to name and email to address are empty while the Receive Email checkbox is checked, an error will appear stating that these fields are required. Email to name is the name of the main recipient of the alert or notification. Let's input Jane Doe. Email to address is the email address of the main recipient of the alert or notification. Let's input janedoe@email.com. For email CC address, this is where we will input emails of people we want to CC or send carbon copies to. The CC field is useful if you're working with multiple partners and want them to be updated about any changes. This is not a required field and can be left blank. Let's say we want our co-workers John Smith and Kelly Rowe to receive a notification about the completion of the order allocation. So in the email CC address, we will input their emails. For email BCC address, this is where we will input emails of people we want to BCC or send blind carbon copies to. The recipients specified in this field will not appear in the received message header. This can be useful when you want your manager to be aware of something that you are dealing with, but don't want them to take action. This is not a required field and can be left blank. If the email does not follow the standard email format, the system will return an error stating that the following email is not a valid email address. This also applies to the email to address and email CC address fields. If you want to receive notifications through text, click on the checkbox next to Receive Text. The phone numbers field will be required when the Receive Text checkbox is selected. For the phone numbers field, this is where you will input the phone numbers of those who want to be alerted through text. Let's input 555-555-5555. If the phone number does not follow the standard phone number format, the system will return an error stating that the following number is not a valid phone number. When you're done filling out your preferred alert and notification preferences, click on the Save button. Clicking Cancel will cancel your action. Once you've saved your preferences, you'll see that the information we've inputted into the pop-up is filled into the grid. You are now able to see which subscriptions have an alert on it. You can sort your subscription information by alert notification, email to name, email to, email CC name, email CC list, email BCC name, email BCC list, and phone number. If you want to edit a certain subscription, click Change and edit the fields that you want to change. For this example, let's say that we want to remove Kelly Rowe from the email CC address. By clicking on the X button, it'll remove her name from the listing. When you're done editing your preferred alert and notification preferences, click on the Save button. And there you have it. You have learned how to set up your alerts and notifications. I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you soon.